Hello and welcome to Limited Appeal. We're going to do, I think, this is probably going to be our last. You know what? Forget. I don't know what this is going to be. It's going to be a pick 2 draft, Lorwyn Eclipsed. I could not tell you if it's going to be our last one or not. I'm kind of enjoying it, but I'm also kind of not. I'm not enjoying it because the queue times are not the best. But I do, actually, yeah, no, I do enjoy the pick 2 approach to the format, honestly. It's not bad. The only thing that's bad is the queue times that come with it. There ain't a lot of people running the pick 2 right now. I feel like I have better queue times with alchemy or something, but I don't know, I don't like alchemy. Not a huge fan of it. I don't like all the extra bonus cards. They make it weird to me. Come on. Okay, good. Took like 20 seconds for you to click OK, but see, it's so weird because like we have 1 rare in this pack, but we've had other packs where we've had like 4 rares. We literally, I think, in our last draft had 4 rares in our opening pack. I mean, these 2 are good cards. Nothing else in this pack really feels like it's amazing to me or anything. Is there anything else we can do here? In Tweeze, maybe Tweeze is good enough to pick here. Like, I could see you picking Tweeze. I could see you picking nothing else, really. I think we'll just take these 2. They fit together. They don't really, like, fit into any specific deck either. So it kind of leaves us open. Like, we can take the red cards here. This can be sort of goblin-y. It's worth noting that there's also, like, Rhyme Speaker and an Eclipsed Kithkin. So this pack is, like, way better than the first pack we opened. Obviously, our passer probably took whatever rares were in the pack. Yeah. Okay. We can take that. We can take... I mean, we have the Eulogist and the Tilling for elves there. The Thoughtweft Charge is just pretty good in general if you can play it in your deck. We have a Mud Button Curse Tosser. I don't think we're going to really wheel anything for goblins here, but we can take an Anti-Sentence, and that's good in any black deck, really. We just have some generic good black cards right now. We're not too tied into anything. I don't think we've really missed any signals either. There's nothing that's really standing out to me as being better than the red and black cards we're seeing. Ooh, and a pick 4 grub command. Okay, cool. And feed the flame. Yeah, I think that's pretty much like a absolute signal that we can probably get some goblins in the next pack. And in pack 3. Grub's command is pretty darn good. It's no Tristan's command, but or Ashling's command, but it is pretty good in and of itself. Yo, I guess there was a goblin in our first pack there. Burning Curiosity, we're happy to play goblin too. It kind of works as card draw for us. I don't think there was anything else that we really want or expect to wheel. I don't know if we play the Brute. I'll just throw it off to the side for now. I can, like, I've played Brute in Goblin decks before, and it's good. It's fine. It's playable. Alright, nothing here for us, really. Collective Inferno is probably not something I play most of the time. Giant Fall is okay as well. And the Blighted Blackthorn fits well enough in Goblin decks. I mean, we ideally want to get more things like Heirloom Ante and stuff to, you know, make this work a little bit better, but... aka, like, ways to remove tokens or counters. I don't really think anything that I care about wheels here, unfortunately. Okay, so Dawnhand Dissident is amazing in any deck. It doesn't need to be an elf. And then our next choice is basically between another Mud Button Curse Tosser or an Elder Ante. And I think the Curse Tosser is just better most of the time, if not all of the time. I think the only time the Ante might be better is if you have a whole bunch of stuff that pings them when you're Goblin. Another Collective Inferno, huh? We could have 2 Collective Infernos now. I like Unbury. Unbury's good. Chaos Spear is good. Get back some goblins. Goat Nap and nothing else that we care about, really. I think I mentioned a few games ago, if you've been watching, that I've only ever seen this be played once, and it was to beat us. But I don't really want to play Goat Nap. I don't really want to play any of these cards. Collective Inferno Wield. Okay. I mean, Moonglove Extractor I'm probably not going to play, but it is playable in any deck, really. It's not something you like. You don't really want to play it, but it's acceptable. And the Elder Ante Wield will play Poacher, so Poacher's playable. We don't have a lot of like the top end of our curve. We don't have any Goblin Chaos right now either, unfortunately. And this is one of the problems with pick 2 drafts, is that we also may just never see them. They may not get opened. We take another Sentence, and like I genuinely think Sentence and Burning Curiosity might be the best cards for us here, and literally nothing else. Yeah. Okay, there's a... Oh, man. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Merfolk pack. Cinder Strike is good. Pennant, I don't love. Being able to like bring back Grub's Command does feel... Is it a permanent? No, this would be the chosen type, right? You can get Grub's Command back with this. Once it's not the beautiful combo that Tristan's Command is, where you can just keep like doing it over and over and over and over and over again, but it's acceptable. This is playable. This is playable. This deck is perhaps not playable, but we'll see how things go. Sometimes you just win on tempo. I mean, Dream Caesar could actually maybe work in this deck. We don't have that much evasion. Yeah. This is the fatal flaw with drafting pick 2 sometimes. Like, we know that Goblins was open. We know that there was, like, the perfect signal that Goblins was open. And there just weren't enough Goblin cards, unfortunately, I think. I think it's unlikely that somebody else was in Goblins. Oh my god, what the heck? The heck? What? Wow. Okay, so like literally nobody was touching the Merfolks. That's crazy. I don't think we could have had like an amazing Merfolk deck or anything, but that's still absurd to me. Dawn Blessed Pennant, I don't really know if we care about it all that much. We really have like no 2-drops in a Goblin deck, which is kind of scary to me. I feel like maybe we drop Dream Caesar. Keep our removal, keep our only like real sources of card draw there at the top. Maybe a Burning Curiosity, and where does that leave us? 14 creatures, yeah. I don't love it, but I'm probably just going to play this deck and try to get on to the next draft at this point. Sometimes you just don't get it, you know? You can feel like you're in the right lane, you can feel like you're drafting what you're supposed to be drafting. And then in pick 2 specifically, you just don't ever see the cards that you need to see. Sucks. It is what it is. Interestingly, since we just queued up, I think there's a reasonable chance that we get paired with somebody that was in the draft with us. I didn't look at the names, but I mean, it's not good, but like turn 1 mud button into either one of these guys to kill something off doesn't seem like the worst thing. Like obviously this is going to come down to like what kind of tempo our opponents have. If any. But they've already shown us red, so there's probably going to be some early drops. They may even also be goblins. Okay, so. Before, yeah, this kills 2, right? Like, we could obviously play this out if they trade here for some reason, then that's good for us. Obviously, we're going to keep Feed the Flames here. Something I didn't consider was going down to 16 land. I'm thinking maybe now I should have potentially gone down to 16 land with this deck, but if they play something like a Rhyme Speaker here, we're obviously going to Feed the Flame it. But I think most other 4 drops I don't care too much about. Okay, so that gets tweezed, that's fine. We could play out the Elder Ante first and then play the Sourdough Ante next turn to get a little bit more value. But no, that can't be right. Maybe it is. Then we'll have a 4/3 and 2 2/2s. Sorry, and 2 1/1s and a 2/2. Especially when I think we're against elementals, I think that makes more sense maybe. The 2/1 isn't a 2/1 and 2 1/1. A 2/1 and 2 1/1s aren't going to do a whole lot. That was obviously a little bit of an annoying tweeze. Also, I just realized they didn't rummage anything with their tweeze, so it's kind of annoying. We do have Unbury, so that is kind of relevant. Ooh. Oh, we're punished. We're punished. Sort of. Let's look at their hand. Well, that can go. The question is, do I Blight here? Do I? Probably, right? If I hit 2 land, I'm only going to be able to play 1 of them next turn, but then I also have no place this turn. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. We can actually play everything, so. And all they have in hand is a land and a removal spell and something else that's unknown. We can kill our ante off here, I think, for the Cinder Strike. Because then we can unbury it later, potentially. I can't think of like what recursion forms they had in elementals. Like What could they drop that gets any of those things back? I don't know. Can you even get spells back from your yard in this format? I can't think of a way off the top of my head. The 1/1 tokens aren't doing a whole lot for me, and they probably will never do a whole lot for me in this particular matchup. I don't really care about ditching them right now. Like, I don't think we're really going to go wide. Another tweeze. Tweeze me, brah. For sure. I wonder what their last card is that's leading to this much thought. Are they thinking about attacking with the Mauler, maybe? Yeah, I think we're going to cut a land. Like, unfortunately, they have a pretty good block on the ante here. They can just trade the Mauler for the ante. Yeah, I don't see a reason to throw the ante away right now. I don't think we even have a Rummager, do we? We don't have the Rummaging Goblin. Oh, okay. So there's almost no reason for me to even care about keeping these. So this turn, it doesn't really matter because they can kill whatever they choose to block anyway. And we let them do this. Like, I could feed the flames, the Mauler here. I just feel like the flames deals with more threats. Like, they're playing elementals, right? There can be some really big, scary elemental threats that come down. And I want to have the feed the flames to potentially deal with it. And now our little goblin can start getting into. Actually, maybe we should have been attacking with the little goblin there too, because it's pretty like if they choose to kill the 1/1, then they would have taken an extra 5 damage there, which would have also been totally fine with. So yeah, no, I probably should have been attacking that turn. We probably missed out on one thing. Is that going to be relevant? Well, let's find out, I guess. Come on, something. I don't really know what I want. Any creature, really. Yeah, that's fine too, actually. As long as the ante lives. I mean, as far as we know, they don't have removal in their hand. They could have had like 4 land, perhaps, but because they just dropped the Thirst, and then they didn't play them, they played the Soul Bright Seeker, they discarded 2 land. What are the odds that they had another land in there? I don't know. Let me attack, man. Let my goblins in. Please? Yep, I'm fine with that. If you want to trade your 1/1 for my if you want to trade my 1/1 for your 2/1, that's fine. Okay. Got the chump block in. Now they are on a 2-turn clock, and we have 2 pieces of removal. So they'll either need to top deck their own removal, basically, to stop us, or something that creates more than one creature. Or like a Sunderflock that bounces our board. Those are all things that could do it for them. Flamebraider is not something that does it for them. So whatever they have in their hand, they can play. Because they haven't passed priority. The question is, do we kill the Flamebraider? Or do we expect them to chump block our ante? I think we'll just see what we draw first. We have enough land to do basically. Alright. Our opponent is currently dead on board. We'll see if they can draw some removal. Or an answer, I guess. Nope, nothing. Cool. We somehow got a win with the Goblin deck. I think we just got lucky. They didn't really play any big or scary elementals, so. Worked out well enough. We also have enough gold for a Premier draft now, which we'll probably use it for later. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for this deck, this hand feels like it's keepable. Because again, we don't really have any 2-drops in this deck. I don't think we have, actually no, we don't have any 2-drops in this deck. Other than Abigail, which isn't really a 2-drop because you kind of want something else on the board when you play it. We have 3 1-drops, no 2-drops, and then a bunch of 3-drops. So yeah, this is probably about as good as anything. Playing a Changeling on turn 3. Yeah, that's annoying, but whatever. Just don't do anything ridiculous with it. There's not anything ridiculous. Cool. So this is some deja vu for our previous draft where our opponent played out a turn 2 Druid and then played out like Crossroads Watcher, and then we lost. It's not fun. That game we lost to Mana Screw, so it wasn't necessarily because of their super sick curve. Okay, yeah, so the problem here is that I have no way to deal with this at all. Alright, I lied. I now have a way to deal with it, and the question is, do I deal with it now and lose my ante? Or do I play out the ante, get 4 power on the board, and take that damage, and then, like... Because the problem is the ante doesn't block it. Let's try it. This is definitely riskier. Oh gosh, okay, yeah. That's actually not even that bad, is it? It's just 1. I mean, what's bad is the fact that they have another Trampler here. That's what's bad. Abigail, and I can't even play it. Oh, this is so rough. Okay, I happens if we play out Elder Auntie here and then hold up Giant Fall as a trick? This giant, it's Artifact Zone, right? So we can throw literally all of our goblins in front of the Prisma Basher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can hold up the Tweez, and that doesn't do anything for us, unfortunately. Yeah, this is... Our opponent had a super sick start on them all again, and we just did not draw what we needed. Basically anything that doesn't have trample, and I feel like this was probably the right play. But against this specifically, I'm in the worst spot I could be in here. I think we'll just... I think we're probably just going to die on their turn. I can't, like, I'm just going to go down to 2 basically, and then from now on out we're kind of just in a really bad spot. Like any pump here, which I feel like they have. Is your last card +3/+3? No, okay. Cool. So we could Abigail. Gain 2. Did actually removal. Man, damn it. Okay, well, you know what? There's nothing I can do about that. Okay. Just draw land. I have to block. My entire board has to block this. Could be worse. I don't know how it could be much worse, but it could be. I think, maybe. 4, 3, so that would cost 7. We have 7 mana, so we could get back. And then next turn we can unbury and get back or both of our aunties. Yeah, okay, sure. Take one, I guess. So now we can block with the 2 antis and go down to 1. If they let us. Okay, I mean, if you have the +2/+1 to everything, that's fine. +2/+1, is that what I'm blocking for? Not really, I don't. Because if they have +2/+1, I'm dead anyway. Like, even if I block everything here, I'm still just dead. If they have, like, a +3/+3, I'm also just dead. Yeah, if they have that, I'm still just dead. Like, even if I put everything in front of the Prisoner Bear, I'm still just dead to that. Like, any trick and I'm just dead, unfortunately. Because of Trample. That was super unfortunate. 2 Prisma Bashers. And everything they played had Trample. Because we could have lived a lot longer if there was no trample, basically. Yeah, whatever. We really need to go first with this deck, given our kind of shitty curve. You have the 2/1 elemental. I love how the one time I'm playing like a slow goblin deck is the time that for whatever reason my opponents just have 1-drops and 2-drops. See, this is tough because like we could kill this right now to prevent them from getting 4 mana next turn. Or we could just see what's in their hand, and I think that's probably better. Oh, they don't even have another land. Okay. I guess, and they can't even basic land cycle the Stratosaur. I mean, the downside is I'm not going to be able to deal with the Stratosaur based on my current hand if it ever comes out. Of course you top deck the land, but that's fine. It doesn't really do anything for you. Does this exile my creature? No. None of these actually exile my creature, so playing the Changeling seems fine. We also just... yeah, I can't do that. So we play this out. They'll probably Cinder Strike it. We take 2 again. There's not much else I can really do, I don't think. I mean, we could obviously just kill this, but... they could also just kill this now, but I don't care too much about that either, I don't think. So they got 3 cards to look at. Was that a Senar? No, it was. We'll probably take the Flank in there. That's definitely the best choice for me. Which is unfortunate because that is a very good card. My deck is just so slow. It's painfully slow. We play this out, they Cinder Strike it next turn. I play this out, they Cinder Strike it. There's really nothing that's good for me here. Our deck is just too slow. I think that's just the unfortunate reality of it. But also, like, look at this same game if we're on the play instead, right? On the play, this honestly isn't even that bad. Now we just say, hey, do you have a counterspell or more removal? Does this give trample? No, it's just +2/+2. I mean, obviously this gives trample. So we'll block here. If they want to pump it, that's fine. We still kill. We still trade. They didn't give it trample, so do you have a 3 or 4 drop? Okay. If we hit a land here, it's actually not that bad for us. We could go double Chaos Spear and hold up Tweeze. Or we could go single Chaos Spear and have a 5/4 instead. we could have 2 3/2s, or we could have 1 5/4 with Tweeze up. Oh, without Tweeze up, sorry. It costs 5. Oops. I knew that. I knew that when I cast it. I just, as I'm talking out loud, sometimes it doesn't quite line up in my head. This is going to be a problem, and we're going to take another 3 damage this turn. So we're going to take 3 damage here from the Stratosaur. I can't deal with. Oh. No! Our mana! Our mana is... Okay, you know what? Let's Burning Curiosity. Without Blight. And hit a swamp. That's all we need, a swamp. Thank you. Okay, so if they have removal, it sucks. They've already played a lot of removal this game. Well, have they played that much removal? But we've seen they've gone through 3 removal spells so far this game. You just don't have more. That's all I ask of you. What are you looking at your Torchmaster? Sure. Yep. So like we could blow this up with our Giant Fall. Because presumably they're going to block with the Stratosaur if they kept it back. Like, if they weren't going to block with it, they should have just attacked, you know? I mean, is the Changeling better or worse than the Ant? With their board, I think the Changeling's probably better. Playing out the Changeling, then we can keep up the Giant Fall, which seems good. Abigail is really good when it works. Like, what's going to happen here? Am I getting Sunderflocked or something? Because I actually don't even care about that. I don't. Get our free card. I don't even care. Like, them having a treasure at this point doesn't really do anything. They probably already have all the mana they need to do everything they can do anyway. Ashling, sure. Whatever the last card in their hand is, they like. So our choices right now, do we just blow up the Stratosaur? I still don't think we need to. What is your last card? GG. We were right to hold it, I think. I think we were right to hold it. it felt like they were trying to do something. All right, somehow we have 2 wins with this Goblin deck. Not on the back of any real Goblin that we had, though. It was mostly Abigail. And that giant instance speed, giant fall, or whatever. This is something that I kind of like have noticed or feel about this format a little bit, is that you have all of the tribal stuff going on, but it's also not the like most important thing all of the time. Like, obviously, if you can get a super sick elf deck where all of your elves have synergy, that's fantastic. But there's still so many good cards that don't necessarily fit into a specific color, or that don't like. There are Kithkin that you can happily play with elves, and there's Tree Folk that you can happily play with anything. For giants, obviously, because that's where they fit in. But I don't know. There's just a lot of options that I think are a little bit less obvious if you're drafting Eclipsed. Yeah, that's kind of like the perfect blocker, unfortunately. I think we just play this out and kill off the Nomad, actually. Now we have a 5/4 on an empty board. If only we had a mountain. Obviously, them jumping there comes down to like what it is that they have in their hand, but I don't know. Let's just -2/-2, right? So we'll get the Shield Bearer here. I'm fine with this trading with the council. Actually, do we just play out the Blackthorn here then? Much better use of my mana. Obviously, I would like to Elm and then put the tokens on Gnarlbark Elm or whatever, and that feels a little better, but I'm just doing this is good. A 3/2 for the Chaos Spear is still pretty solid. And having a 3/7 Blackthorn on the board is pretty sick. Liminal Hold. Okay. He got me. +3, right? Oh. Can we hold this back to trade? Or do we just do 6? Yeah, I think we just do this and take 4. Taking 4 is fine, I think. I don't mind going down to 7 here. They don't really have a board. We have conditional removal. Well, that's kind of gross. I'm probably just gonna lose now unless I top deck removal. What do we do here? We do this. We do this. That's not enough. We do this. Kill you. And then I need to top deck feed the flame or something. Of course I did not. So I'm probably dead to like anything that makes their council bigger, unfortunately. Like any pump, they win. We have a lot of removal in this deck. I don't think it's crazy to ask for some at this point. We haven't seen Grubs command in any of our games so far. I was going to say Abigail, our own Abigail would actually work here too. Like, this way we live through them having removal. There's not really anything to hit with the Gnarl Bark right now. And again, we have to hope that we find removal, basically. And that they don't find pump. Because pump, we die. Okay, that's not actually that big a deal. I don't have enough mana, unfortunately, to Gnarl Bark and kill this. That would cost, what, 10 mana? We're, like, a lot closer to that than I would... Maybe we just play out my button here and hold back the ante. And then we chump block with the Celebrant when it comes in. Then if we draw 2 land in a row, it gives us an actual answer to this. I feel like this is somewhat risky, but... Okay, that's annoying. That will slowly win them the game for sure. I can't even kill it with the Curse Tosser, unfortunately, right? Well, we actually can. No, we can kill it with the Curse Tosser. See, oh god, here's the first land, right? Oh. Yeah, it's pretty gross too. Who will find removal first? I'm surprised that I still haven't found any removal. It's crazy. We have so much removal in this deck. Well, I mean, we don't have so much removal, but we have a good amount of removal in this deck. Okay, well that we just kill. Yeah. I can't really hold this back because if they top deck removal, then I just die. Give me anything. Anything! Ugh. Like, we stop attacking when we are going to die. Yeah. I mean, we could also attack with a Chaos Spear, potentially. And then maybe that was worth doing, but no, because then we're not winning a race here until the council's gone. It also might have been right for me not to chump with Abigail at the beginning, but that did get us ahead on life to sort of start protecting ourselves more. That's a really good card for them if they... Ooh, that's actually really good. No, that is game-winning good for us, actually. If we live through this turn, we win, basically. Because we can get Abigail back now. And Abigail will go on the 5/4. Yeah, so if we live through this turn, we are in an amazing place. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Is this for real? Is this game real? Come on! Oh! Alright, cool. So, here's the thing. Right? Us attacking into them every turn plays around them having removal. Because if they have removal, they kill our dude and we die. It doesn't play around them having kin binding. Like, that is one of the only things that blows us out there. That's crazy. Crazy. The turn that we finally draw something to deal with the board after blank, 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 blank. Ah. All right. Magic. Game. Kin binding. You know what's funny? I think that might be like one of the only times I've actually lost to kin binding. Most of the time when my opponent plays kin binding, I think I wind up winning. Despite the fact that it's like one of the most broken cards in this format. That's just how it's worked out. Yeah, this is not a good thing. Hey, Grub's Command is actually in our deck. We didn't forget to put it in here. We're going to toss the Giant Fall just because it doesn't really do anything for us right now. Yep, the swamp. Nope, of course not. That would actually mean we curve out, wouldn't it? See what they get. Okay, if they get a mountain, I'm actually fine just attacking into this. We have ways to get it back. We have many other things we want to do. Getting that off the board means our Elder Ante can do some damage, maybe. Probably not. They're an elemental deck. They're going to have a 4-drop. That's like the sweet spot for elementals. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I don't really know what we're doing with Grub's command right now. We'll probably use it as, maybe we'll use it as removal, maybe we won't. I mean, if they have something to remove, we'll use it as removal and use it to dig for some goblins. I think that's sort of like the best thing we can do with it right now. How do I want to tap? It's probably like this, right? We have more double red than we do anything else. You want to like run away together or something? What could you possibly do here? That's worth doing. Sure. Obviously we have more ways of recurring this, so I think we'll just get rid of it. Obviously that makes like a bounce worse. I'm not going to attack. There might be like a sneak link or something. I kind of want to leave the option open of people getting the anti-about. Or having it as like another blight target. Have I played a land yet this turn? I don't know. I had, okay, so that worked. So, obviously we could play this out and it gets kind of eaten by Ashling's command, but I don't really care. We have 2 5/5s on, we have 2 5/4s on the board anyway, they're safe from the command. Like, they could get some value from an Ashling's command here for sure. Glamourmite on your turn? Why? What? I know there's a reason you do this. I don't remember what it is. Run away together? No, because you can still do that on my turn. And it would be better. Oh, okay. You need the board. Sure. That does make sense. I feel like they do have a runaway. That is just sort of like, I feel like they've been playing in a way that makes me think that they have a runaway. Going back to like when we tried to kill the Glutton. I don't know what saves them here, but given our track record so far, I'm sure whatever could save them, they will have it. Okay, fortunately, that is definitely not it. So we can attack with all these. They have to block the spewer. What you got? Nothing. Cool. Love it. So we're 3-2, which I consider a success with decks like this. I'm not aiming to do much better most of the time. I think the deck is not like, again, I think that we drafted the correct deck given the signals and cards that we saw. The issue is just that, like, with pick 2, sometimes there just aren't enough bombs open or great, like, uncommons even that are opened for the archetype that you're looking at. You know? We didn't see any of the good goblin uncommons really, other than the sourdough anti, I think. It sucks, but you know, you do. Yeah, I guess this is fine. About as fine a hand as we can get with this deck, I think. We have 6 lands so far. Oh, we never went down to 16 lands. Definitely consider doing that in the future. Need to remember that I say I'm going to do it and then actually do it. Yep, farmer is good. Want one more land. Sure. Do I surveil and kill off my goblin? I think so, right? Dude, I haven't even spent like half a second thinking. Leave me alone. I just need stuff. It's not really the stuff that I need, but I will take it. Look at this. He spent more time figuring out this one surveil than I did trying to figure out if I wanted to surveil. Let's get the spam emotes in. Your go. Lands, am I right? So obviously if they play out something that we want to kill, we will grub command. I honestly might even just grub command anyway next turn, just to get some stuff into my hand. That's like the opposite of anything I would ever want to grub's command. Wow. I mean, listen. That was rough. That was really rough. 3 mountains in a primarily like goblin deck. That's crazy. Crazy. Sure. So we can play out the heirloom ante, right? No. And then we can kill off our elder ante. No, then we'd be 1 short, unfortunately. Darn. Okay. Let's just do this instead. Actually, let's view out first. That's horrible. I hate all of this. They don't have any Kithkin right now. And I'm not super scared of Rees. Keep out is something I need to play around with my dissident. The reason I'm not just snap killing the Ajani is because I don't actually know if I care about it that much. But I think it's still just better than the other guys. No, fun fact, I've still never drafted an Ajani. I've never seen an Ajani in any of my packs in this format at all. It is one of the amazing cards that has eluded me. Do you draw like removal or something? Because that would suck for me. The problem that I have right now. Really? I do better than a changeling here. This is going to swing in. I don't think I need to do better than a changeling. I don't want to attack with any of these. I was thinking about attacking, but no. This way they just can't, like, draw something that saves it. Yeah, and the thing about the Imbuer is that it's really not that good since I have my... I'll take 4 here, though. I will take... even though I mean, this doesn't actually work with the Rise. If I can find a way to blight this turn, that would be really good. Obviously, I don't, because doing anything that's good would just be too beneficial for me with this deck. No, because then that gives them the opportunity to keep out my Heirloom Ante, and I don't really We will block this, though, because they can't rise it or reset it or whatever his name is. And this gives me an extra card. I mean, I suppose they could reset and then get, like, 3 surveils off it, but not too... Like, that's not that great a deal. You'll get to surveil, and then you'll get to surveil again when it dies. Like, this should have been saved for when I killed the Imbuer, I think. Okay, so they like whatever's on top now. So we could attack with the Heirloom Ante, and that's fine if they keep it out. I don't... Not that big a deal. Or is it? No, I think it's not that big a deal. Well, because keeping the Ante alive means that, like, I potentially surveil more, and I think surveiling more has a lot of value right now. But I also... I want to say no attacks for now. I want to just keep the Heirloom Ante safe. I feel like it provides more value just by existing. In a perfect world, we obviously would have played out the Gnarlbark before the Spewer. But we can also Gnarlbark on their turn, drop our Ante, and get our Gnarlbark down again. Don't kill my Elm, please. Oh, that's weird. Okay, that's not so scary. At this point, if they want to kill the ante, that's fine. Don't want to kill the spirit. I think if they're going to block, that's wrong. Like, you should definitely, if you're going to block, they're not. I actually think that's probably still wrong. I think you should probably kill the ante. Yeah, well, I mean, we will murder that. If we attack with everything, what happens? They block, like, in theory, they block ante, right? They kill ante, then they take 4, 8, 10. And then they're dead if they hit a land. And if they kill anything that isn't ante, then they're fools. The heirloom ante specifically, yeah. The heirloom ante has the most value. If they top deck land, we win. If we top deck removal, we win. I don't remember what removal's left on our deck at this point, but there are lots of draws that we get that win the game for us. Coincidentally, not one of them. Block here, that's still lethal, so obviously we're going to swing here. If their last card is something that saves them, so be it. And we just have a slightly longer game to play. We're not having anything else. Nice. Alright. GG's. We got there. But yeah, they definitely made a mistake by not killing off the heirloom ante over the spewer, I think. Getting those extra surveils is such a big deal when you're that late in the game. Yep, that's keepable. Obviously, I'm going to need some red mana, but this is definitely a start. Apparently we're just mono black now. Give it a sneakling. Ooh. Why? Okay, this is a hand. Grave Shifter doesn't do anything for them currently. What is their hand? Holy smokes. So we get the Grave Shifter, I think, here. We don't, like, they may, who knows if they'll make it to 3 land, to the land they need for this. This will obviously die to my Curse Tosser. Their hand is not good. Neither is ours. Will the Curse Tosser get there? Will it eat a Blight Rot? I don't think it'll eat a Blight Rot. Maybe it will. Okay, sure. Oh man. This is a game. Certainly a game. Ooh, that's nice. Yep. GG. Oh, that was a rough game for both of us in terms of our mana bases. How is this deck at 5 wins? Every trash deck I've drafted recently has done way better than expected. And every deck that I've loved has just done so poorly. It's weird how Arena works like that sometimes. Against Terra. Fantasy 6. Yeah, this is fine. Obviously it doesn't have the beautiful, beautiful double 1-drop that our last game gave us, but this kind of like loses to an Ashling's command, but clearly they didn't have the land for it anyway. All right, somehow we're 6-2. Again, our last jank deck went to 6-2 as well, before finally losing 6-3. But you know, just I guess this is how you draft successfully in Lorwyn. Make decks you're unhappy with and watch them almost trophy or trophy. Hell, we might trophy. As soon as I say that, we're probably just going to get screwed. Who knows? Whatever we get, we don't deserve it. I mean, yeah, this is a curve. And basically, like, very much in line with what this deck needs to do. This card, like, at the beginning of the format, felt like it's a lot better than it is. I still think it's a really good card in a lot of decks, but it just doesn't hit as hard as you kind of want it to sometimes. -2/-2 at sorcery speed is not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. I'm gonna kill that for sure. Like, even though, like, against a Kithkin deck, this is actually probably like, sure, yeah. I will run this into their 2/1/1s once we get anti on the board. I will absolutely run this into their board. That was a mistake. But it's until your next turn. I should have probably saved the one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That was a mistake. I meant to play with the ante. Oh well. Oops. I was so busy talking about my land that I forgot to play out the ante. Yeah, okay. Take some damage, I guess. I'm getting punished. I mean, to be fair. No, not to be fair. They probably wouldn't have blocked. If they knew they were playing that this turn, if this wasn't a top deck, then I don't think they would have blocked last turn. Watch them play another Foul Knight or something. Foul Knight 2. Because that would be sick. That is equally sick. Can I kill it? No, I'm not. It's funny that our deck had, speaking of ways to kill it, our deck has a lot of ways to deal with this. What? What the heck? I need to understand why they binned that. I need something with blight here. I don't. Okay, so like obviously I can use my elm. I can kill the Curse Tosser. Just don't want to. But our board is fine for like blocking as long as they don't top deck anything too crazy. But seriously, why is this in your? Why did you throw this in the graveyard with Surveil? Like we would be dead. I would like just be dead if you had played that. Like that's it. It's that simple. The game would be over. Yeah. I mean, if they have a trick, that's fine. I'm not going to throw my spear in front of it. Sure. Would have got the spear too. Tried to have the tweeze last turn, but, you know. Sometimes you only draw land, and that's what we're doing. And how many cards left? Spikeling is not a big deal. We'll give them another Surveil though. But like, can we talk about energy for a second? Because why did you Surveil it away? Why? Stop drawing creatures, please. Give me a chance. Like, I think that going back to when we blocked the Sentry, I think there's an argument for sure for putting the Chaos Spear in front of it, knowing that they're probably going to play a trick out. Oh, I'm a fool. I thought this was Blight 1. I'm an idiot. I was. Sometimes I just need to stop talking when I'm playing this. Ah. Anyways, going back to that, because if we get something like Sourbread Ante, it becomes much better to still have the Elm out, you know? Like here we could have traded a token for that. Actually pretty good. Given the board. Because I'll probably Farrier the Foul Knight. Obviously, if they have a trick or removal, then it doesn't really matter. Like, we're probably just dead at that point anyway. You're going to do that on your main phase. Okay, sure. Oh, I thought that was if you cast another one. My bad. So yeah, that does make sense. Throw this down, kill a goblin. First we draw another land. That's probably all that's in our deck. How much land have we seen so far? 1, 2, 9, so 11. There's 6 land left in our 18 cards, so 1 and 3 roughly. Yeah, 1 and 3. Or, as I like to say, all of the cards are land, apparently. Oh, that's actually pretty good. We get the Elm and the Changeling, and that's actually really good. Because now whenever our tree attacks, you can put some tokens on the Elm. Another Festival, huh? I mean, I may die, I may be killed by 1,000 cuts or something, but 1,000 paper cuts. That's also really good. They really do need to block this with everything. Again, if they had not been to their air 2, they would have won this game so long ago. I'm actually not really sure what we do here. Okay, that cannot have been right for that. Because if anything, you want to keep some tokens on the shield bearer. Okay, so how do we do this? We dissident, get back the tree. We play out the tree. Oops, what? Nobody oopsed a thing. That is precisely what I wanted to do. We're happy with throwing things away right now because obviously we get them back. We really just want Abigail, I think, at this point. Abigail wins us the game. That's our just win the game. When we get Abigail, the game's over. Hopefully. I don't know how many things I lose to here. Like, at 6 life, I don't really think there's anything that I lose to with this board. Come on, Abigail. No. Alright, so our Goblin deck is actually doing pretty well, contrary to what I thought it would, how it would work out for us. That gives us you trample. Trample was actually one of the things that you could do to potentially kill us. If you're going to say good game, concede the game, man. Do it. Don't fake me out. He did it. It was a little delayed, but he did it. Yeah, there was no way you were going to like get past that because we would elm that if you protect it by making a Giftkin. Then we Dawn Hand Dissident, we put those on the elm, we kill it again. We could have also just killed the Wary Farmer that way, I don't really care. Or we could have put those on the yeah, there's like a bajillion ways that we just kill them here, especially with the Blackthorn when we swing in too. So, how did this deck get to 7-2? I don't know. I don't know how we trophied. I have absolutely no clue. This is perhaps one of the worst Goblin decks from my perspective that I think I've ever built. It had no bombs, really, other than Abigail, which we didn't even draw in other than like one game, I think. And well, we drew it in 2 games. It won us 1 game, and then it's lost to Kith Binding in the other game. And it kept us alive for a while, quite frankly. I don't know. But Grub's Command, we also only cast twice, I think. So it was just a bunch of value from goblin-like creatures and light synergy with Elm, I guess, that's kind of got us through. I think that last game is also the only time in the entire draft that we actually played the Blighted Blackthorn. So, yeah, I don't know how we got there. It's also the only game we had any value from the Donhan Dissident, so I won't complain too much. 7 wins. We got a trophy with the Goblins. I'm pretty happy about that. See y'all next time. Thanks for joining me.